All day, every day, people leave their homes and venture about their daily lives, going to work, travelling, shopping, taking children to school. At any moment, they could be at risk from fire. The number of deaths has thankfully reduced to just 303 in 2016. But this doesn't stop the fact that not every fire alarm is installed or designed correctly. A simple lack of knowledge when installing an alarm can cause multiple problems, false alarms, or even a failure to detect smoke in the event of a fire. Government figures reveal that in non-domestic buildings where the fire alarm failed to operate in the instance of a fire, around 66% of those cases were caused by poor maintenance, such as lack of a battery or poor placement of the detector during installation of the system. Some employers in the fire detection and alarm sector are struggling to recruit fire alarm technicians, simply because there aren't enough experienced technicians in the marketplace looking for work.
My name's John Battersby. I'm Managing Director at Sunfish Services Limited. Frequently I'll be called by a recruitment agent and told that they have a qualified fire alarm engineer requiring work, and would I be interested? I'd then ask them, what does a qualified fire alarm engineer mean? To which they and nobody else can give me an answer.
Perhaps the most worrying fact for the industry is that there is no legal requirement for a fire alarm technician to have a formal qualification in fire detection and alarm system standards prior to taking the job.
There needs to be some quality standard of the individuals that work for the business to demonstrate competency for the work that they carry out.
The problem is that there is a lack of knowledgeable and highly skilled fire alarm technicians, and without a qualification, the skills gap is only going to get worse.
My name's Brett Ennells. I'm the Managing Director of Cento Fire and Security Jobs. There's definitely a skills gap, yeah, without a doubt. There's a well-documented skills gap in the UK.
It's interesting that you say that, because that's something that people keep on voicing to us, that fire is invisible, there's no qualification. Mm-hmm. Do you think that there should be a qualification?
Yes, without a doubt, yeah. There's a lot of companies, installing companies, go for LPS 1014 and the BAFE scheme, third-party accreditation. Fantastic, but I think that there needs to be the qualified engineer side to back that up.
The need for a qualification to improve the quality of fire alarm installations and to get more people into the industry to close the skills gap has generated an outpouring of online debate, both on Twitter and LinkedIn. And now, experts and employers throughout the industry are calling for a formal qualification, not just to improve the quality of the work being carried out, but to increase employee retention and gain trust within potential customers in the race to beat the competition, not just on price, but on quality of service.
I'm Tony Hanley. I'm the Managing Director of FirePro UK. If there was a qualification or a series of qualifications for an employer to offer to an employee, it's something else that fits within the employer and employee matrix that adds value in the relationship together. Now, my expectation would be that if a qualification were to exist, then that would be something that an employee would want, and it's certainly something that an employer could offer to their customers.
So, what do you think of the idea of a qualification for fire alarm technicians?
I think it'd give greater confidence that when a fire alarm engineer turns up on site, he's capable of doing the job that he's there to do. Without that qualification there, a lot of trust is involved that the individual has those skills. There needs to be some substantial evidence to support the experience and reputation of the company that he's working for.
Yes, yeah, and I think if the industry was to develop a recognised qualification, that would also help the attraction of bringing people into the industry, because they can be people looking, as I said to you, people are looking for progression, looking for career progression. They're looking for qualifications. The fact that you can come into an industry and get manufacturers training, you can get FIA training. If it was a recognised BTEC, MVQ, something like that, then people can actually see a career path, and that would be more attractive to young people coming into this sector.
In what seems to be a step in the right direction for the industry, a new European standard has been introduced that specifies the level of education for fire alarm system service technicians.
My name is Martin Harvey. I am the chairman of the Fire Industry Association, and I was also one of the UK experts involved in drafting the new European standard EN 16763. One of the most important aspects of this standard is it now introduces a requirement that anybody involved in either fire or security, ranging from the design of the system, the installation, the commissioning, or the ongoing and servicing and maintenance, needs to have the relevant skills, knowledge and competency and demonstrate that independently to possibly a third-party certification body. So for ourselves in the United Kingdom here, the standard actually references EQF, the European Qualifications Framework, which matches back to typically, I think a lot of people will know, the MVQ in the UK. And that ranges from MVQs level 2, level 3 and level 4. And this is a new introduction to our industry, and it's absolutely vitally important that we start to have more qualified people working in our industry to try and raise the quality of installations and the service being provided.
Whilst the services standard is not actually mandatory, businesses in the fire safety services sector will need to ensure their staff are educated to the right level if they want to meet the standard.
I think for installation and maintaining of our engineers need to be qualified and be of that level that we can be proud of them and honest with them. We often apologise in the fire industry for the level of what we are professionally compared with others. It's up to us as an industry to ensure that happens.
A formal qualification in fire detection and alarm systems might just help new people join the industry and get the skills that they need. In a world where quality of service means the difference between winning a new client or not, the need for a stronger and more highly skilled workforce is ever more important. Here at the Fire Industry Association, we believe that there is a way to progress, that there is a way to build businesses, to create a thriving market, to improve the quality of fire detection and alarm systems everywhere. The answer? Better, qualified technicians.